Good evening. If you haven't already, please make your way to your designated seats. If you still need help finding your seat, our attendants can assist you, and we'll begin the program in just a minute. The house lights are going to be lowered. Maybe they are low. I don't know anything about electricity, so that may be fine. And we're going to call Ms. Payne to the podium to help us begin. Ms. Payne?
Good evening and welcome. We do have an atmosphere that has been set by the house lights. However, I have old eyes. And so if you see this light, just know I'm not on the phone. I just need additional assistance. And so, and if that works, then we're good. But I can see how beautiful you are. Good evening and welcome. We're so glad to have you here tonight. Would you do me a favor and stand for the presentation of the colors by the Washington High School, Booker T. Washington High School, JROTC, followed by the playing of the national anthem by the Booker T. Washington High School Student Orchestra. You may be seated. Please allow me to take a moment just to thank our students. Our students are the reason that any of us are here tonight. So we want to say a special thank you to those students belonging to Booker T. Washington High School, from the JROTC with their presentation of colors, to the orchestra for ushering in our program this evening and their wonderful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you so much. And to, yes, that's appropriate. That's appropriate. And thank you to the drum line. I don't know if you walked in or danced in, but there is nothing like a drum line. And so we thank you to all of those. We also want to say a special thank you to the JROTC parking attendants, the SGA student volunteers who are helping in the lobby. You will see the result of the work of the school's Culinary Academy, and all of that are students from Booker T. Washington High School. So we're not only using their facility this evening, but their students are representing them well tonight, and so we're grateful for them. We also want to take this opportunity to thank the Booker T. Washington High School administration, Ms. Forney, Mr. Shackle, and Ms. McGowan. We are so grateful for the opportunity to be here with you tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now let's bring Ms. Kotick back.
I have to have my glasses too, Miss Payne. I put 5 pair in my purse just in case one dropped or I lost it or whatever, because I would have to give my part to somebody else if I didn't have them. Well, I do want to welcome you. My name is Wanda Kotick, and I am the Coordinator of Community Involvement for the Escambia County School District. It's my honor and my pleasure to welcome you to the 40th Annual Golden Apple Teacher of the Year celebration. This is the 3rd year that we've done this program in this format, and I am so happy to see that we have a full house. I appreciate each and every one of you being here tonight. The Escambia County Public Schools Office of Community Involvement is pleased to present this year's exciting event. Tonight, we're going to recognize outstanding teachers from across the county who've been chosen to represent their schools, your schools, as Teacher of the Year, and then, of course, we'll recognize our top 10, our top 5, and before the end of the evening, our District Teacher of the Year. There are many teachers who made a significant impact in my life, and I know there are many in this room tonight who could probably say the same. Teaching is one of the toughest jobs and one of the most important. So thank you for what you do every day for our students. You all may not be everyone's favorite teacher, but I guarantee you are someone's favorite teacher. My favorite teacher of all time, and you may know her or you may have had her, but most of you are way younger than me, but you might have heard of Miss Mamie Hickson. I remember sitting in her classroom at Tate High School and being mesmerized by her presence in the room and the captivating sound of her voice. I was painfully shy as a teenager, but I never felt that way in her classroom. When she would call on me to read a passage aloud, I would fluff my feathers like a peacock and try my best to read as eloquently as she. Trust me, I know that I didn't read as eloquently as she did, but Miss Mamie Hickson didn't mind. She was just proud that I was able to muster the courage to read aloud. There are countless stories of favorite teachers in this room, and we're so happy that we get to recognize you tonight. Ms. Payne?
At this time in our program, we want to take an opportunity to recognize those who make this possible. This event would not have been possible if it were not for the generous financial support from our business partners, our community partners, and we are pleased to acknowledge those who have generously contributed not only their time, but their talent and their treasures. If you are in attendance when I call your name, I ask that you please stand and remain standing until all the names have been called so we can recognize you all individually and as a group. Please hold your applause until the end as we recognize these very special partners, beginning with Members First Credit Union, a long-standing and faithful partner in education. We appreciate you. Cox Communications, we appreciate your continued generous support. Navy Federal Credit Union, there's always Navy Federal Credit Union. We thank you for your support and your help. The University of West Florida, if you're here tonight, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Gulf South Picks, our photographer for this evening, is always a valued and willing partner. Cintas is a wonderful new partner this year. They have provided a special gift bag for each of you and your Teacher of the Year gift bags. Herff Jones is a longtime partner with our Teacher of the Year program, and we thank you for that. There are a few more names. We want to give special thanks to Representative Michelle Salzman, if she's here tonight. Crumble Cookies, Joe MacArthur, and the Escambia County Public Schools Foundation. Thank you so much. We have also want to recognize Custom Balloons and Baskets, Ted King with WSRE, Karen Bradley with Texas Roadhouse, Jennifer Harrison with Splash City, Bubba's 33, Pensacola Blue Wahoos, and our very own Dave Gardner, who is the manager of warehouse operations. We sincerely appreciate all of your contributions. Will you help me in thanking them, please, by a round of applause? Thank you so much for being here tonight. You may be seated. Last but not least, we'd also like to thank and recognize some other folks that have helped us and continue to help. And they are, again, a part of the Booker T. Washington High School and our own Escambia County Public Schools District. So we want to say thank you to Hannah Simmons and Joanna White that are both from Booker T. Ms. Janet Wyndham, Jonathan Suarez, and Billy Nothrup of the Escambia County Public Schools and ECPS IT Department. You guys and girls rock. We thank you so much. Let's give them also a round of applause. At this time, I am pleased to announce and introduce our mistress of ceremonies for this evening. She is a consummate leader in our community. She is a constant reminder that we are better when we are giving. She shows us that she is as good in a Florida blizzard as she is in a hurricane and every weather situation in between. She rises early every morning in different places all over our community, waking us up and reminding us today's a good day to give for partners, whether it's Christmas and caring, Stuff the Bus, or any other activity, feeding. She's there early in the morning to remind you that service, like Muhammad Ali would say, service to others is the rent you pay for your place here in your room here on earth. And then by the time you get home, she's already there waiting on you to tell you all the things you missed while you were working. And then, like she did tonight, after she made everyone aware in the community of what was happening, she stopped and turned around and came here. There are those that do not need introduction, but I am grateful, honored, and blessed to be able to recognize, introduce to some, and present to others, Ms. Sue Strawn.
Thank you so much for that very kind and warm introduction. It is an honor and a privilege and a pleasure for me to be here. And the only reason I am able to stand before you tonight, there are two: but God and a teacher. But God and a teacher. And I say that in all sincerity because I didn't want to take typing in high school. I wanted to be a social worker. I didn't need to know how to type. But it was a teacher who said, you need to know how to type, but I'm going to be a social worker. I'm going to college to be a social worker. He said, who do you think is going to type your papers? Oh. She signed me up for that typing class. I still didn't want to do it. I'll be honest with you, I beat the heck out of that typewriter because I did not want to be in that class. When I graduated, I could type 96 words a minute with no errors. Because I didn't want to be in that typing class. But she told me I was going to take that typing class. That one skill got my foot in the door at WEAR TV 51 plus years ago. That one skill. I started there as a clerk typist because I needed to work my way through school, going to be a social worker. That didn't quite work out that way. But God and the teacher. That's why I made my way here tonight, to celebrate each and every one of you, because I know and appreciate what you do. So I come to thank you tonight. This evening, and I got my flashlight too, and I need 2 flashlights. It has nothing to do with aging eyes, okay? I'm not claiming any of that this evening, okay? I'm not claiming that. This evening, I want to acknowledge some individuals who are here with me. Members of the Escambia County School Board. David Williams, who is the chair, if he is with us this evening. Tom Harrell, the Vice Chair, representing District 5. David Williams, of course, representing District 3. Good evening, gentlemen. Kevin Adams with District 1. Paul Fetzko. We go way back, many years. We're going to go back those 51 years together, okay? Representing District 2. Carissa Burgash, representing District 4, and unfortunately, Mrs. Burgash could not be with us this evening because of a prior commitment. But please give them a round of applause, and we thank you for your service. And of course, our superintendent, Keith Leonard, is with us this evening. And you have heard from Deputy Superintendent Sheena Payne, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Denny Wilson, Coordinator of Community Involvement and Chair of tonight's event, of course, Wanda Kotick. We have heard from her, and we'll hear more this evening. Chris McFarland, Coordinator of Student Services and the co-chair of tonight's event. Teacher extraordinaire from Pine Meadow Elementary School and the reigning Escambia County Public Schools Teacher of the Year, Casey McGee. We also have with us tonight two very special volunteers, and they are, of course, going to make sure that we give the right apples to the right people, and they're going to keep us all in check this evening. We're delighted to have the current, from Booker T. Washington and the University of West Florida, a graduate and a local small business owner and entrepreneur. Hannah Kotick is with us tonight. West Florida High School and PSC graduate and current UWF student, Caitlin McFarland. Thank you, ladies, for being with us this evening. Additionally, tonight, there are many district administrators, principals, assistant principals with us tonight. We would like to invite all of you to please stand and be recognized. And I'd like to ask Chris McFarland to please join us to recognize another special group with us this evening.
Good evening. Thank you for attending this year's Teacher of the Year Gala. This is the third year that this type of format, and we truly appreciate Washington High School for allowing us to use their facilities so we can continue a long-standing tradition of honoring these well-deserved educators. My name is Chris McFarland, and I'm the coordinator of enrollment services, as well as the 2008 Teacher of the Year for Pensacola High School. As part of this distinguished program, our district has created a network of current and previous Teachers of the Year called the Golden Apple Teacher Academy. The Golden Apple Teacher Academy network will be comprised of the current District Teacher of the Year, the past District Teachers of the Year currently employed with the district, as well as all of the current and previous school district-based Teachers of the Year. This network of 125 plus teachers will create a pool throughout the year to showcase and support the great things happening here in the Escambia County Public School District. We are also working to secure a new corporate sponsor for the Golden Teacher Academy, as we have had in the past, which will allow us to provide an opportunity to bring these educators together once a semester on a non-student day with a meal, a guest speaker, professional development, and interactive activities. We hope to provide all of them this opportunity, the 25 Teachers of the Year and the 26 Teachers of the Year, starting this fall. This evening, I know that we have some previous school-based Teachers of the Year, as well as a few of our district Teachers of the Year. We are going to highlight a couple of them for you here. The first is Anna Berry. Anna Berry, the 2016 Teacher of the Year, previously at Northview High School, and currently is a specialist on our student data team, is here with us tonight. During her announcement as our Teacher of the Year, she said, "As a teacher, it's great to see what you did to impact the students later in life. Sometimes you have to get them to step outside their comfort zone, and in the end, it can all be worth it when they succeed." Miss Berry, please stand to be recognized. We also have with us Angela McFarland, the 2024 Teacher of the Year, currently working at West Florida High School. In an interview with the Pensacola News Journal, Ms. McFarland was quoted as saying, "You really need to, as a teacher, put yourself in the student's shoes and say, how can we make this into a project that would be better and more relatable for them?" Ms. McFarland, as well, is here tonight. Can you please stand to be recognized? And finally, our current Teacher of the Year, Cassie McGee, is here with us this evening. Not only was she recognized as the 2025 Escambia County Teacher of the Year, however, at this year's State Gala in Orlando, she was recognized with the Outstanding Teacher Leadership Award for the entire state. Ms. McGee was also given the opportunity to participate in this year's Florida Teacher Lead Program, which allows the current District Teachers of the Year to join a network of educators with one-on-one coaching and instructional practices, as well as a culture of learning, essential contract area for curriculum, academic ownership, and a demonstration of learning. Ms. McGee, once again, please stand up to be recognized. We have many other District Teachers of the Year, as well as school-based Teachers of the Year in our audience from all our previous years. We would like all of our school-based and district-based Teachers of the Years to stand up so our audience can recognize them as well.
At this time, we'd like to ask Mr. Denny Wilson to please come with tonight's meditation.
I might need to borrow one of y'all's flashlights. I'm good. So I feel like Ms. Strawn has already given a meditation, and when I meditate, it's usually in the form of a prayer. So would you please join me in a prayer at this time? Dear Lord, I want to thank you for the mission of Escambia County Public Schools. Thank you for what this district has done for me personally, first as a student, then an employee, and later a parent. This wonderful celebration of teachers causes me to remember some of my personal Teachers of the Year, from kindergarten to my senior year right here at Booker T. Ms. Purdyman, Ms. Hankins, Ms. Vinson, Mr. Malden, Ms. Anderson, and Mr. Gully, to name a few. Some of them pushed me, others counseled me, a few provided gentle redirection, and one absolutely scared me into doing my best. But all of them made me feel valued, special. Thank you for the opportunity to fellowship with colleagues who are all fighting the good fight. I lift up each Teacher of the Year with thanksgiving and celebrate how you have uniquely gifted each one of them in the art and science of teaching. Thank you for all the ways you have blessed each of us, and especially for our sacred calling to teach. This truly is work with eternal consequences. Remind us daily as parents, teachers, and administrators, we are held to a higher standard. Our words matter, and our actions matter even more. I pray for the leaders of our district, state, and country. I pray that through divine intervention, you remind the decision makers at every level, and us as well, that we have a moral obligation to advocate for the education of all children. Their future is our future. As people of faith, we must embrace public education as a gospel mandate and a provision of your common good. Public education is the pathway, a civic responsibility shared by all. Let us never forget that our purpose is students, to teach all God's children. Help us to manage up our schools and each other, and not to be our own worst enemies. Give us good judgment, a sense of humor, and your strength and peace that are beyond our understanding. It is in the name of Jesus that I pray. Amen.
Amen. At this time, I would invite and certainly appreciate the opportunity for us to hear from the district's current and reigning Teacher of the Year, Casey McGee.
I appreciate the heads up because I'm going to need my own flashlight. Let's see if I can get it out. All right, here we go. Good evening, everyone. It has been such an honor to represent Escambia County this year as Teacher of the Year. I've been inspired this year by amazing teachers across the state through the Florida Teacher Lead Network. My biggest takeaway from that experience is that being nominated as a Teacher of the Year is not about one individual. It's about recognizing the ripple effect that we have on each other. Congratulations to each Teacher of the Year here tonight as you've been chosen by your colleagues as a leader in your school. As educators, we often shut the doors to our classrooms and feel as if we're teaching on an island. But you all now have the extraordinary opportunity to influence others within your school communities. Teaching is not just about transferring knowledge, but about nurturing hearts and minds, inspiring others to grow, to dream, and to become the best version of themselves. As we do this, there is one timeless principle that stands above all others. A principle that transcends time, culture, and circumstance. A principle that can transform your teaching experience, your classroom, and your school. Love. In the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13 says, "And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love." We have faith every day in the power of the difference that we are making. Hope keeps us striving forward even on the toughest days. But love, it is the foundation of everything that we do as teachers. When we create a special place for every student to feel valued, where their uniqueness is celebrated, and where kindness is a part of our classroom culture, that love becomes contagious. It spreads from one classroom to the next. Over my teaching career, I have witnessed seemingly magical transformations of students that have been changed by teachers who switched their focus from simply teaching to educating with an individualized understanding that's rooted in love. As we continue this journey of teaching, let's remember to spread love so it may extend far beyond the individual classroom, creating a school environment where everyone can thrive. Let it guide our actions, shape our words, and influence every decision that we make. Together, let's build a school district where love and learning go hand in hand, because at the end of the day, love is not just the foundation of education, it's the foundation of life itself. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. Such inspiring words. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have greetings from our superintendent, Keith Leonard.
Thank you, Ms. Strawn. I don't think I need to say anything. My. On behalf of the Escambia County School Board, 37,662 students, 333,000 citizens of Escambia County, congratulations to our Teachers of the Year. So it's been many years ago. My sister and I, we were raised by two parents who were both educators. And I can remember this happening from time to time. The three most important words that my father taught me is always be willing to say, I love you. It'll keep you out of a lot of trouble, Keith, at home. I knew the guys would understand exactly what I meant. The other two words are thank you. Sometimes thank you becomes just happen chance. It's just something that we say because we think it's polite and or it is kind. Son, don't let that be you. When you're going to tell someone thank you, look them in the eye. Change your expression. Emphasize emphasize you. Well, just like Ms. Strawn, she had as a teacher, she had God and teacher. I definitely had a teacher. I had Mamie Hickson as well, Wanda Kotick. My dad made me take one class in high school. He said, you're going to take this class. And that class was Latin. And I ended up falling in love with Miss Dunn. And we had her for Latin 1 and for Latin 2. If they would have had Latin 3, 4, and 5, I would have taken it. So tonight, I'm going to have the opportunity to be able to shake hands, look all of our Teachers of the Year in the eye, and because my dad made me take Miss Dunn's Latin class, I can tell you, gratias tua ago tibi. Look it up on Google. Love all of you.
Can we do AI instead of Google? That part right there. Thank you so much, Mr. Superintendent. At this time, I'd like to invite Ms. Payne to come back. And it is time for us to start with a very special part of our program, acknowledging some incredible people in our audience tonight. Ms. Payne.
Here we go. This is exciting. We're about to recognize our school-based Teachers of the Year, with the exception of the semifinalists and the top 5 finalists, and we will get to those folks very soon. So please give us just a few moments to give the teachers time to line up along the wall to my left in numerical order, according to the cards you were given when you arrived. So teachers, it's time to take your place. All right, our teachers are lined up along the wall and ready to go to my left. So now let's honor our Teachers of the Year. When I call your name, please come across the stage. I'll be calling names in alphabetical order according to the schools you represent so our guests can follow along in the program. Mr. Leonard will present you with your golden apple, and Ms. Strong will greet you as well. After receiving your golden apple, we ask that you please pause so that the fine folks from Gulf South Picks can take your picture with Superintendent Leonard and Ms. Strong before you return to your seat. If for some reason I say your name incorrectly, I want you to charge it to my head and not my heart. And then I want you to blame the lights. Got it? We good? Who we blaming? Lights. There you go. All right, let's start. Let's begin first. Our Teachers of the Year, school-based from Bellevue Elementary, Mrs. Natalie Hardiman. Representing Blue Angels Elementary, Ms. Christina Cardenas. From Bratt Elementary, Sherry Carter. From Brentwood Elementary, Jill Stewart. From M.B. Cook Elementary School, Carrie Murphy. Representing Cordova Park Elementary, Margaret Fox McClellan. From Ensley Elementary, Mary Springer Alonzo. From Ferry Pass Elementary, Gina Bradley. From Home Elementary School, Lynette Chandler. From Lincoln Park Elementary, Janie Hayes. From Lipscomb Elementary, Aurora Paul. From Longleaf Elementary, Christine Dunson. From MacArthur Elementary, Jody Langford. From Molino Park Elementary, Heidi Robar. From Montclair Elementary, Maxine Mathis. From Myrtle Grove Elementary, Carrie Lawson. From Navy Point Elementary, Tanya DeGrocio. From Oakcrest Elementary, Deja Ramsey. From Pine Meadow Elementary, Kristen Whitten. From Pleasant Grove Elementary, Teresa Restifa. From Scenic Heights Elementary, Amanda Byers. From O.J. Sims Elementary, April Scott. From Sherwood Elementary, Patrice Majeski. From A.K. Suter Elementary, Tracy Iser. From Warrington Elementary, Sylvia Harvey Thomas, I'm sorry. From C.A. Wise Elementary, Brianna English. From West Pensacola Elementary, Brittany Langos. While she's standing here taking her picture, I was her teacher. I taught her. I love you. I love you. I'm gonna try not to cry. All right, I'm back. From Bailey Middle School, Cliff William Cone. From Bellevue Middle, Vicki Davis. From Ernest Ward Middle, Maria Willis. From Ferry Pass Middle, I was her teacher too, Kristen Emerson. From Workman Middle School, Cynthia Ghost. From Escambia High School, Alicia Gifford. From Northview High School, accepting on behalf of his Teacher of the Year. The Teacher of the Year is O'Brien Parker. The gentleman you see is Mr. Mike Sherrill. Okay. From Pensacola High School, Justin Altman. From Pine Forest High School, Janetta Moody. From West Florida High School, Tiffany Odom. From Alternative Education, Mr. Christopher Baker. From Beulah Academy of Science, Kara List. From Achieve Academy, Jayla King. From Success Academy, Pam Carter. From Escambia Virtual, Kimberly Rayburn. Teacher of the Year from Escambia Westgate is Terry Michelle Price, and representing Escambia Westgate tonight is Katie Doherty. Representing ESE, Kristen Kapler Bennett. From Hope Horizon, Heather Turner. From George Stone Technical College, Gary Ellison. And from Pensacola Beach Charter, Heather Gagne. Congratulations again to all of our Teachers of the Year. Can you give them another round of applause, please? Before we move to the introduction of our top 10, I'd like to ask Ms. Wanda Kotick to come back to the podium.
Thank you, Ms. Payne. At this time, it is my honor and privilege to recognize the members of the Teacher of the Year Selection Committee. This committee is responsible for facilitating the selection of tonight's Escambia County Teacher of the Year. Committee members, as I call your name, will you please stand and remain standing so we can recognize you as a group? I'm the chair, Wanda Kotick. Thank you. Chris McFarland, co-chair. Thank you. Lisa Morgan, Director, High School Education. Dr. Michael Roberts, Director, Middle School Education. Connie Farish, Director, Elementary Education. Sabrina Cunningham, Director, Elementary Education. Darzell Warren, President, Escambia Education Association. Annie Carter, she couldn't be here tonight, but Annie Carter represented the Education Association as a representative on the committee. Melanie Gamble, President, Escambia County Council of PTA. Jeremy Tompkins, Coordinator Student Engagement. Marcia Nowling, Retired Educator, Escambia County Public Schools Foundation Board Member. And Troy Brown, Principal, Longleaf Elementary, and ESA Representative. Thank you, committee. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. So this group, we have to be together a lot, and it starts in October, the planning of what culminates tonight. And so from me to you, thank you. I thank you for your support and everything you do on the committee. Your time that you give is invaluable to me, so thank you. Some of you may wonder how we get to this point, and I'll take just a minute to tell you how it starts. The selection begins in September, and our timeline is set by the state because the state, everybody across the state, they're doing the same thing, not exactly at the same time for their celebration, but they follow a similar timeline that we follow. So selection begins in September with each school. Those selected as the Teacher of the Year at their respective schools must meet specific standards for evaluation, years of experience, must be nominated by their peers, and so forth. There are certain guidelines that teachers have to meet. Once each school elects a Teacher of the Year, that teacher then submits an application, which the selection committee uses to identify the top 10. Then the top 5 are chosen based on a panel interview by the committee. Finally, the top 5 are observed in their classrooms. Those in the top 5, that was a fun time when we came out. We go out as a committee, and we come to your school in a yellow chariot, and that's fun for us to get to ride a school bus again after so many years. So that's one of our highlights of our committee work, is riding the bus to your school. The committee then uses the application packet, panel interview, and classroom observations to select the overall Teacher of the Year for the district, with the goal of choosing a candidate who could represent the amazing teachers in our district at the state level. It's a really tough decision to have to choose from among all of you because you're all so deserving of this honor. It's an incredibly talented pool of candidates that we get to meet and we get to know and we get to ultimately end here tonight. So thank you to the committee again. That's how it works. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know next week sometime. And for now, we'll ask Ms. Payne to come back and we'll start to recognize the top 10.
It is now time to recognize our semifinalists. Please come to the stage when I call your name to receive your golden apple. We applaud your outstanding achievements and certainly congratulate you on being selected as a top 10 Teacher of the Year. Alphabetically, we will start with Nora Guy from Brown Barge Middle School. Karen Prevet from Booker T. Washington High School. Aaron Quinlan from Helen Cairo Elementary School. Aaron, can you come this way? Aaron, can you come this way? See how blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be broken. J.C. Taylor, come the same way, please, from Jim Allen Elementary School. And Laura Wiggins, representing Kingsfield Elementary School. Congratulations again to each of these ladies. Now it is time to introduce to you our top 5 finalists for Escambia County's Teacher of the Year.
In presenting our top 5 finalists, we would invite your attention to the screen.
So my mom was a teacher, so growing up I was in the classroom before and after school hours. So learning from her and continuing to learn from her today, I knew from a very early age I wanted to be an educator.
When she is with her children, she is very engaging, she's very interactive with her children, she's very animated at times.
So I love teaching 4th grade. The students are so special to me. I love guiding them into who they are. I love being the teacher for them that I had when I was growing up, all throughout elementary, middle, and high, and I want to be there for them just like my teachers were, and help them be lifelong learners.
Her children love her because she's very real with them. She creates those relationships with them.
That's one of the first teachers I've ever had that isn't just like, I'm stern.
My students are so sweet. They're bubbly, which makes me bubbly and happy and want to have fun with them also while learning.
After you. We play Sparkle. It's this fun game where you have to spell around the room, and if you get the word wrong, you have to sit down until the next round. And it's like really, it's good for learning, but also having fun.
One thing that I love about Miss Ferreira is that she always has a really positive attitude.
I agree with Aislinn. I feel like her energy is always very bright.
So you use really fancy words.
I want them to come to school every day excited to learn, and I know that by being happy when they walk in the room, they're gonna have the same exact attitude.
I like how she doesn't call on you if you're not raising your hand like some previous teachers that I had. If you don't know the answer, you don't know the answer. So if I'm not raising my hand, she doesn't call on me. If I'm raising my hand, she does.
My favorite thing about being a teacher is probably making an impact on the students. I want to be the person that they feel comfortable enough to come to about absolutely anything, academics, athletics, home life, anything. And I just want to be there for them and let them know that they can succeed no matter where they're coming from. We are such a big family here at Beulah, and I don't think it would be the same if it weren't for all the teachers that work here.
She's a young educator, but she's got so many more years ahead of her and so many more children's lives to touch, and I'm just thrilled that she's here with us because she's just a wonderful, wonderful teacher.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Beulah Elementary School, Brooke Ferreira. And as she is coming, let us take this opportunity to thank Mr. Ted King from WSRE-TV. He is the mastermind behind the incredible videos that you will see of our 5 finalists this evening.
It's funny because my dad always told me from the time I was in high school that I was going to be a teacher. PTA became really important when the kids were in school, and my kid's 5th grade teacher, the famous Mr. Wolf from Lipscomb, said, "You need to be in the classroom." The next year I became a long-term sub and realized my dad was right. My dad was right. It was what I was meant to do.
She is one of those teachers who really believes that every student can be successful. Not just that, she makes the students feel that they can learn.
She's very outgoing, and the thing that I love about her is like she's willing to do anything for us to understand like what she's talking about.
I love how nice she is. I like how she takes care of her students. She pays attention when someone needs help.
That's what keeps me teaching, are the kids. When you see that light bulb go off and you know that you've made a difference and that you've made them understand something that they may otherwise would not have understood, it's so exciting. To talk about them is probably my favorite thing to do. My family will tell you. I do that all the time.
She has jokes, but they're not always funny because sometimes she makes dad jokes, so we don't always laugh. We try to make her feel like she's funny, but it's hard.
We do hand motions with so many things, but it's mind-body connection. I said muscle memory.
For conduction, it would be this, since conduction always touches, convection would be moving up and down, and for radiation, you would be fanning yourself.
I couldn't learn just by reading material. I couldn't do it, so I have to make sure I get that auditory or that visual or that tactile learner. I have to make sure that I do that.
Because we get to visualize what we're writing down and memorize it while writing it. So I definitely feel like I come out learning more.
Yeah, like she said, I feel like I come out learning a lot more because like we write stuff down. We barely on Chromebooks.
You walk into a classroom, you can see and feel that environment, which every student is engaged, every student wants to learn, and every student believes that they can learn and be successful.
So you just have to make sure that you reach every learner, and to me, that's the way that you do it. We're building the future of America, of the world, and it's just, it's an honor to be able to do it. And I have to have them see, when they look at me, that I'm here because I want to be here for them. Because if I do that, then I think they want to be there for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stacy Hammer, Ransom Middle School.
From a very young age, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. And so once I took my first ag class, I thought, this is the type of teacher I want to be. I want to work with animals, I want to work with plants, I want to teach students where everything that they use comes from. And so here I am as an agriculture teacher.
Schools exist to unite and bring together communities. And Leanne does that better than anybody in our building.
I love my students. I tell them almost on a daily basis that the reason I'm here is because of them.
Every time you walk in for class that day, she's always got a smile on her face.
So she's just a really good teacher, and the animals are just like a bonus.
I think my favorite part about being an ag teacher is seeing the kids outside learning with their hands.
How many chickens do we have?
Probably like 10 or 12.
I was thinking like 15.
I was thinking that, but I think that's too much. Because remember, some got hawks.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why she loves her job so much, is because you get to teach all these kids about the agri-science farm and all these animals and all the different processes.
And to see our students become passionate about the agricultural industry and the way it provides for us as citizens, So here at our farm, it seems like it grows all the time. So we have about 20 chickens here at our farm. We have a lamb named Leo.
Yeah, but Leo's famous for something else on our farm. So ever since he was baby, he's always been a sweet, sweet lamb. But as he's grown, he has developed headbutting, like people.
Because of trying to protect the...
Even after we had him neutered and everything, he still goes to headbutting. So now people are afraid to go in there with him.
And then recently we just purchased a cow. Her name is Penny, and she's here on the farm with us as well. We have 4 ducks, and I just love seeing the connections that they make in the classroom to just the real world.
There's no one better at FFA and our ag curriculum than what Leanne produces single-handedly at this small middle school in Northwest Florida.
Leanne Jenkins, Beulah Middle School.
When I was younger, I actually wanted to be an actress, but I had a passion for English. I loved English, and my 10th grade English teacher, Miss Melton, she was amazing. The way that she taught made me want to become a teacher.
Miss Mom makes that atmosphere fun. Like, it's the little things that she does. Like, when we have perfect attendance, she'll go out in the hall and scream that our period has perfect attendance. So it's just little things like that to get us out of our shell.
They don't always laugh at my jokes. I think all of my jokes are hilarious. They don't always laugh at all of my jokes.
I don't want to give her the credit, but she is funny, yes.
Every single student I have, and I have probably about 160-ish kids this year, half freshmen, half seniors, which are very different groups of kids. I try to really go beyond just, hey, you need to learn English, and make it like, how can I help you be successful and happy in life? They love to be involved and to move around the room and to work with each other and to talk, and they ask questions. I try to make things games or make them fun or make them interactive in some kind of ways.
When we do projects and everything, we did an escape room a few days back, and it was so much fun.
There might be a kid where you are the only happy person that they see all day, or you might be the only place that they go to that is a safe space for them. And so I try to make sure that every single day I have a smile on my face, that I'm here for them.
She knows that as a lot of seniors, we're stressing because it's the next chapter that we're about to go through. And she's done nothing but just help us.
But yeah, she just generally has the best heart, and I can't help but just give her a hug sometimes, because she's been through so much that I just love her.
Even through the challenges that you face in life, you continue working hard. Miss Mom has been battling cancer this school year, and she's been a model to our students. You're dedicated to your mission, you believe in yourself, and that has been exemplified during this battle that she has faced this year, because every single day, even if she had surgery 2 days ago, she was in a classroom. If she had a chemo treatment, a day later she was in the classroom, because she always said that's where she needed to be to support her students.
But they are all amazing. They are kind to each other, they are kind to me, they love learning, so they make my job easy.
And I think that that is an example for other teachers to see that not only are you needed in the classroom to be a quality teacher, you're needed in students' lives.
This is her life. We are her life. We are all her kids, not just her own son. So her colorfulness makes it feel like a place where I can come and see her or anything, or it's more comfortable because it feels more homey, because it's always a bright shining light, nothing dull.
Kristen Mom from Tate High School. And our final video.
Are we good, Jonathan? We're not? Okay. So.
In our business is simply what we call a technical difficulty. We have those a lot. We do apologize that we do have an issue with that video, but we'd like to invite Ms. Kelly Reed to please come forward. And Kelly is from Global Learning Academy. And she comes to the stage with that incredible smile on her face. I've got to tell you, I've had the pleasure of being in her classroom on an occasion, and what an incredible teacher she is. Thank you so much, Kelly. And now I'd like to invite Sheena Payne to return to the podium.
Go. Right now.
I love kindergartners. They are full of wonder, and everything is new and exciting, especially when they do something for the first time. So I've wanted to be a teacher since I was 4 years old. My mom worked in schools, like she was always a classroom volunteer. And so when I came back to kindergarten, when I got to Global, Mom came with me and hasn't left. And the kids love having her in here, and I do too.
If we be good sometimes, we even get like Skittles or Starburst.
You go to the office and pick out a prize.
I've got the ESE inclusion room. Every day is a challenge, but every day is a success too.
She has helped us so much as a school in welcoming our diverse ESE population, our growing ESE population.
It reflects back in the classroom. They celebrate each other. Like, I strongly believe in early intervention. If we don't give them the best chance in kindergarten, they're gonna struggle for the next 13 years.
The way I'm smart because I learned stuff about math and I know how to read.
And how Miss Reed is smart. She knows how to read, and she knows how to tell us stories, and she knows how to take care of us too.
I love Global. I tell my parents that we are a team, that we are on the team of your student, and together your student is going to make success because you and I, the parent, are going to do whatever we can to help your child get to where they need to go.
But beyond the willingness to share resources and the skill to share those, it's her heart.
I love taking the brain bakes with my kids, like the dancing. I try to also incorporate a lot of like fine motor practice. Try to bring back the fun in kindergarten, but still keep it standards-based, because you only get to be in kindergarten once, and so you gotta keep it fun.
And on Friday, we're going to Publix for a field trip.
Let's look around.
Look around. But I think we can buy stuff.
If we had money.
I think we can buy stuff if we have the money.
I save money all the time.
She doesn't realize how great she is. You know, she's so humble. She's a teacher through and through.
Tonight would not have been the same without that baby in that bow. You were not going to be able to go home without seeing that baby in her bow. And the baby next to it, you know, you sit here and I'm thinking, these are the things that remind you of why you chose this work. And sometimes we get tired in the work, but my prayer is that you never get tired of the work. So I am so grateful. That's appropriate. And so we are grateful for each and every one of you and what you do every day. If you would just give me just a moment, I feel like I have to say something about, we've all talked about our teachers. When I moved here as a sixth grader, Paulette Heck was my sixth grade teacher at Spencer Bibbs Elementary School. Spencer Bibbs had a sixth grade and I was in it. Bill Marshall was my principal and I was there, and I'm grateful to Ms. Heck because I was transitioning. I came from Virginia here and it was her that made me very comfortable in those times. And then you move from there to Workman to Pensacola High School. And then there was Dr. Ann Agnew at the University of West Florida. Yeah. And so Dr. Agnew very recently, last year, went on to be with the Lord. And so I'm grateful for her life because it was her that came in. When I said I wanted to work for Merrill Lynch and said, she read a story to the class. And at the end of the class, I can't tell you what she read, but I know she changed me. And so from that day to this one. So you never know. You just never know. So you keep going. Because you never know, because there is at least one student, and I would venture to guess there's more than one, but there is at least one student rooting for you and praying that you make it. So keep going. So with that, it's almost time to meet our Escambia County Public Schools District Teacher of the Year, and this is exciting. Ms. Kotick shared with you earlier that she spent a lot of time with the team and the group that are putting together and work together with these teachers to determine what we would see and hear tonight. And each of our top 5 finalists are so incredibly deserving per Ms. Kotick. Any one of them would be an excellent representative for Escambia County. And if she could, she'd advance all of them to the state contest. And she's very proud. And, you know, we might be able to work that out. Work that out. But we are very proud. Like her, we're very proud of them, and it's been a pleasure, she says, to get to know each of you. So how about one more round of applause for our top 5 finalists?
And ladies and gentlemen, the Escambia County Public Schools Teacher of the Year. From Global Learning Academy, Kelly Reed. When I saw you were finalists, I knew. That's right. That's right. Thank God. That's right. Thank you.
take your moment.
No, you're good.
We don't want to scare you, but we have confetti behind you.
Oh, awesome. Okay. I appreciate the warning on that.
Okay. We're low budget, so.
That's fine. Thank you guys so much. I am speechless. I'm absolutely floored and speechless. Like, I do what I do. I close my door and I take care of my kids. What make me a teacher is my students. And from the first day in August, we build a community of learners, and I pour myself into them for 10 months, and they pour themselves into me. And they are everything for my life. And I am so grateful to get to represent this county. I am a product of Escambia County Schools. I believe in public education, and it makes my heart sing to just be able to represent you guys, the fabulous teachers that you are. So thank you so much for this. Appreciate it.
How about some confetti?
Confetti. Yay, confetti.
I told you I had been in her class. Mama, stand up. Mama, stand up. When she told you that her mother is in her classroom, Mama has been to school with her and has never left, ever, 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 ever. I featured her mother in her classroom in an Angels in Our Midst segment. And that is how I came to know her. So I'm supposed to be off the stage at this point, so I'm going to choose my seat and sit down. Those of you who have been in a Baptist church, sometimes you know that song, so I really am. But let me leave you with, if you don't mind, with my mantra, because I do hold all of you in such high esteem. And those words do not ring hollow with me. I mean that from the depths and breadths of my heart. And thank you for committing yourselves to a sense of purpose when you get up each and every day and go and care for and love on and teach our children. You do it with a sense of purpose, and you're committed to that each and every day. And I thank you for living a life with purpose. For truly a life without purpose is barren indeed. There can't be a harvest unless you plant seed. There can't be attainment unless there's a goal, and man's but a robot unless there's a soul. If you send no ships out, no ships will come in, and unless there's a contest, no one can win. For games can't be won unless they are played, like life and purpose. And prayers can't be answered unless they are prayed. Thank you so much for living a life with purpose, and that purpose being our children. God bless you all. Thank you.
I'm so excited I lost my spot. We are very honored and proud for our Teacher of the Year. It's the baby with the bow, I'm telling you. It's the baby with the bow. But we are so proud of you. We're so grateful to each and every one of you again, because the role that you play and what you do every day is necessary. This is a calling. I think I heard someone say earlier, it's a calling, and it really is ministry. And so we're grateful. We're grateful to have you, ma'am, represent us this year, and to all of you that are representing us in your schools every day. You do it with such a spirit of excellence that is hard not to notice, and we're grateful for each of you. And so before you leave, there are a couple of reminders. Those of you that are in our top 10 finalists, as soon as we dismiss, remember that you need to come up. We want to have your photo taken. The Teachers of the Year, there are several things that you will get. All of you will receive a wonderful gift bag filled with valuable goodies from our sponsors. You'll each receive their bag during the reception, so please be sure to make your way to the gift bag table to receive your personalized bag. There's also some exciting news coming to each of you soon about a very special event that's been planned for you at the Pensacola Blue Wahoos Baseball Stadium. It's an event that you don't want to miss. As a matter of fact, if you are in this auditorium, you are invited. So be on the lookout for those details. And speaking of reception, if you like cookies and pinafores and more cookies, and more pedophores, and crumble cookies, and Jay's Bakery, then you are in for a treat. There are some delicious things over there that you'll find across in the reception area, the atrium. We ask that you walk over after the program over to the atrium. Teachers, we want you to be able to collect your gift bags, have your photo taken by Gulf South Pics, and those photos will be taken at the far end of the atrium, so there will not be as much backlog as you enter. The planning committee worked hard on the reception. It's important part of the program and extension of the celebration, so they kindly ask that you attend the reception for just a little while at least. And lastly, teachers, you'll find a QR code from Gulf South Pics in your gift bags so you can view your photos from tonight. We want to say thank you for attending our Golden Apple Awards presented by the Escambia County Public Schools Office and Community Involvement. And for the ladies, your shoes have not expired. If they've not expired, now the ladies know what I'm talking about. If they've not expired, just walk carefully over to the atrium for the reception. And listen, we just want to thank you again for being a part of tonight. We believe, like Frederick Douglass, and that is it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, if you see a cookie over there with my name on it, or a pedophore, leave it there. I'll be there to get it. All right? Look at somebody, smile, and tell them, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad we sat together tonight. Have a good night.